don't get the puzzle. It's just not clicking with me. Yeah, it really just isn't clicking with me because I don't get it. The numbers of those whose dates will produce the same sum cannot be put on the same column. Yeah, I thought I did that. Top is 23. I think I need a notepad to work this out. Scratch is gonna get some scratch paper easier. It's 4 slots. It's 3. Two. I'm probably misunderstanding this puzzle entirely. Two open slots. Two, 23, 8, this is middle one. 1874 would be 20, I believe. Yep, 20. Four. That'd be 25. That'd be 19. That would be 16. That makes 16. D1. 25. And a 19.
I must put all of the labels back in their rightful place.
That's 16. Okay. 21 goes here.
Have you finished placing my labels, Mr. Holmes?
I think I have. Or, I don't know. Your note don't make damn sense to me. It's one of those things where I just say, screw this puzzle and screw this one specifically. Tried working it out on scratch paper and it just don't make any damn sense to me. The dates whose numbers add together will produce the same sum cannot be put on the same shelf. Yeah, that's a check. I even wrote that out. I gave them 19. followed the rules. I don't get what you want more from me. You don't make any damn sense. At least to me, anyway.
I have no reason to go that way. I have no... I have no...
I don't freaking know. You're making my brain hurt really bad. 'Cause I don't get it. Yes.
I have no reason to go that way.
I can't figure out this puzzle because it don't make any fucking sense. And the guide I have is completely skipped over this section. At least the one I'm referencing to try to get a freaking answer. Because I have no clue, and that's really bothering me. Because I don't get it. I don't get this
I must put
labeling
all of the
scheme.
labels back in their
It don't
rightful
make any
place.
damn sense to me.
Let's see. The Secret Life of Anchovies. Memoirs of a Public Accountant. These books on various wide-ranging subjects are hardly going to be useful.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
I have no reason to go that way.
Have you finished placing my...
Because this puzzle don't make any freaking sense to me. Like, I've tried that. It just don't work. I followed the rules and it's not going through, and that's really angering me. Puzzle don't make any damn sense to me.
There, Mr. Barnes, the labels are in their correct places. That should facilitate
That
your
freaking puzzle
classification.
did not make
Have
any
you found my
fucking
book?
sense.
Yes, what luck it was to meet you. It was acquired in 1882.
I will look for it. Thank you very much. I would suggest that you organize your books quickly. I am in the habit of visiting my local bookstore at least once a week.
You are right, Mr. Holmes.
Fuck that puzzle. Just fuck it.
This encyclopedia on plants and spices is just what I need to analyze these so-called perfumes. Let's return to Baker Street. I will need my work table. Let's get to work. I must analyze these perfumes. This shape represents the essence of the perfume, which I must recreate. These shapes represent the smells at my disposal. Excellent. Now, on to the next step. Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
one I can do. I actually freaking understand the puzzle. And I'm not grasping at straws with stuff that don't make any darn sense to me.
Elementary. Fine, I have to go to the brothel. Fine, I have to go to the brothel.
Because that freaking puzzle did not make any... I really hung up on that one for a while. It's been kind of salty.
So, my dear man, have you reached a verdict?
I have distinguished the good perfumes from the bad, but even the good ones are nothing more than common sense for adolescents.
Who cares? It'll freshen up a few of my girls. Wait, there's a perfume here called Valerian. What is it?
It's not really a perfume, technically speaking, unless you like cats. It's more of a kind of medicine.
It smells strange. I don't really like it. Here, I can give it to you. And I have some information. Squibby is most assuredly locked up at the police station hereabouts. It would also seem that he's the one who doesn't want to come out.
Do you know someone by the name of Danny?
Danny? Big Danny Nutcracker? The one who hates cats?
That's the one.
You're interested in that kind of bird? Be like dipping your biscuit in a pig's trough. She's dangerous, a real cyclone. So beware. And her appearance. She claims to adore perfumes. She'd need this whole box to smell sweet.
I doubt it'll take much to make Danny cooperate, perhaps by offering her a little gift. Let's go to the police station.
Oh, I am such an evil person.
Do you remember me? Would you be kind enough to help me by telling me how many policemen are inside in exchange for this bottle of perfume?
There ain't much in the station. It was pretty busy, but now there's only one constable, dearie.
There we are. Now Danny has been sprayed with valerian, a scent that's irresistible to cats. I must create a diversion in the street to make the policemen come out, but I need some cats. Lots of cats. To the pet shop. I must go to the pet shop.
At least Sherlock was on my threat. We use cats. Use that little bit of knowledge.
What can I do for you?
So, how is Bert doing?
He'll pull through. But he must eat, and I have no food for him here. We will need to find him some.
And where can we get some cat food?
We must find Hardiman. He sells meat for cats. It's around this time when he passes the end of the road. You might be in luck. You'll hear him from far away. He was always calling beep, beep.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Solomonovich. So, Pounds, shall we look for the cat food seller? Poor Bert has to be fed, and I might have some work for you and your friends.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Beep beep. Beep beep.
Good evening, sir.
How do? A little kebab for the cat?
These little brats can't possibly all be yours.
Pardon? Oh, no, none of them.
Ah, children, they're our pride and joy. And yet,
Do cats really like kebabs?
they adore them. How many would you like?
I'll take the lot.
I beg your pardon, sir?
How much for the lot?
For £2, they're all yours, my lord.
It's a deal. Listen up, my little soldiers. You need to find all the cats in Whitechapel and lead them towards the police station. You'll be armed with delicious kebabs to entice them. Go, as quick as you can now. If my calculations are correct, the cats will be seduced by Danny's odour and will throw themselves on her. That should cause enough of a commotion to get the policeman to come out onto the street. Come on now, children. Let the cats alone.
But what's all this racket? Calm down. Come on, out. And make those cats shut up.
Well now, let's see what I can do about Squibby.
That was funny.
I shall leave Bluto's treasure at the station. The police will know what to do with it. I shall leave Bluto's treasure at the station. The police will know what to do with it. This must be the door that leads to the cells.
I don't know what I did.
And who are you?
I've come to talk to you about Tumblety.
So you're here to kill me, are you?
Absolutely not. I've come on behalf of someone you know who told me you have some explosive news about this American. In exchange, he has settled your bill on the kayaks.
You ain't no street person, you. You're a bobby, trying to wind me up, aren't you?
Not at all. Will you agree to talk?
Not a chance. I'll give nothing away for nothing. I don't have to follow Bluto's orders. I'm in it up to my neck, and the bobbies won't agree to keep me locked up here for the rest of my life.
You mean to say that you are here of your own accord?
Damn right. Only death awaits me out there. I was almost lynched because I was blamed for the murder of those poor girls who were chopped up like animals. The police put me here for my own safety. That's when this journalist showed up.
A journalist?
I socked him once for disrespecting me down at the pub. He said I'd pay for it one day, and that day came. He said he was going to squeal to the papers about me. With my description and my tattoos and all, I was arrested at the same time the police said they'd caught the Whitechapel killer. While waiting to write the article, he started the rumour. Now the streets ain't safe for me no more.
I understand. Listen, if I find this journalist and make him promise to not write a word about you, and if I also agree to pay for you to get out of London, will you tell me everything you know about Tumblety?
You sure know how to speak to ruffians, don't you? You got yourself a deal.
What's the name of this journalist?
Bulling. Tom Bulling.
Tom Bulling? That name sounds familiar. That wouldn't be the journalist that Watson met at the Wasp's Nest.
Huh?
Ah, no, nothing. I was just thinking aloud. Well, I'll be going, Squibby.
You're right. It ain't healthy here. Hey, but what are you up to here, you? Off with you, and make it quick before I take you in.
Let's go to the Wasp's Nest. No, if Bluto sees me, it could prove to be quite dangerous. Let's return to Baker Street to change. Good evening. There'll be a nice tip in it for you if you can tell me if you recently saw a journalist here.
Yes, sir. A damn nuisance, that man. And a real cad. He cursed me out something fierce for staining a book that he put down, even though it was him who was shaking so much that he soiled it with a whole lot of ale.
He was reading a book?
Oh, not a real book. A halfpenny rag. He put it down on the ground, and I put it in the paper bin for the stove. It should still be there if it weren't already put in the fire.
Goodbye, miss.
At your service, me lord.
Some paper, ink stains. This must be the table where Bulling writes his copy. Evening. A pint for me and have one for yourself. I'm looking for a journalist, a good client of yours. Goes by the name of Bulling. Ring any bells?
Haven't seen him for a day or two. He must be sleeping it off somewhere. Where to hide from the landlord when you owe some serious bread?
What paper does he work for?
I don't know, but I can't believe that he works at his rag, because he's always round the pub scribbling his useless papers. The last time I seen him, he spent a whole day at that table drinking and scratching away from morning till night. He finished by celebrating, and without the help of a rich chap, he would have fleeced me of a guinea.
Thank you, my friend.
That's nothing.
Some paper, ink stains. This must be the table where Bulling writes his... I need more information. Spring-heeled Jack, a fantastical character that terrorizes the population of London. This journalist has some far from cheerful reading. Let's return to Baker Street. Tom Bulling isn't here, but the Baker Street irregulars should be able to track him down. Perhaps Watson will have something to tell me in the morning.
Up at last, Holmes. Were you able to get anything from that crook at the Wasp's Nest yesterday?
Not yet, but I am working on it. And yourself, Watson, what were you able to find out from your colleague about the sale of second-hand female parts?
Holmes? Well, actually...
Let it be, Watson. It was tiring, no doubt.
Well, as soon as I mentioned the possible existence of a black market dealing in human parts, everyone in the hospital became very tense. This silence, therefore, tells us more than anything else at this point.
However, I have trouble believing that such a peculiar dealing as that involving Annie Chapman's uterus could have gone unnoticed in the medical community, if that is indeed what happened.
That's my opinion, as well as that of my old university colleague. He maintains that any form of organ trafficking would be impossible, not to mention unnecessary. However, he did tell me something rather troubling. The unexplained disappearance of several corpses from the hospital morgue. He has allowed me to investigate, provided I do so discreetly, and here is what I found, concealed in what appeared to be a secret letterbox.
Interesting, an encoded message.
Indeed, and look, the symbol of a certain well-known Spartaca encyclopedia is printed on it. Perhaps it will help in deciphering the letter.
Thank you, Watson. Are you going out again?
I promised a new patient, Captain Stenick, I'd go round to examine him. He lives nearby. I may be back before you've had a chance to decipher this mysterious message.
I have no reason... Good. Let's decipher the encoded words in the message that Watson found at the London hospital. Good. Let's decipher the encoded... The index of the Spartacus encyclopedias seems to have a connection with this letter.
$13. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Go on that one. 5, 5 would be 11. I don't fully understand it. Unless it's... I don't know. It's weird. I don't fully understand. I'm probably solving this wrong because I don't understand. Okay, so... I don't know if I'm doing this right. They all look the damn same to me. They're cut off. I don't know. I've never been good at this.
The index of the Spartacus encyclopedias seems to have a connection with this letter.
J. Yeah, I honestly just don't fully understand what I'm looking at. I have a 17 and I don't get what it means by that. I know, I'm just trying to play a matching game to make stuff fit. I hope I'm doing this right. I highly doubt it, though. Perfume is described in metaphorical notes of 3 sets. I think you're an E. I don't. Wait. So. think it's so. I think that's so. That'd be XX, so that would be T. That'd be XV, so that'd be 15, which would be... New command. New command. Come. New command. VIXIX. That would be S. No, S. You be a U. Command subject woman. New command subject women. Command subject woman. X5 3. So New command. Subject woman something something and I'm... That'd be 18. That should be 6. That would be D. Oh, wait, I see. Well.
Elementary.
New command, subject, woman delivery, Wharfdale 17.
My dear Watson, I congratulate you on your investigation. This letter seems to well and truly confirm the organized trafficking of bodies in London.
My God, how dreadful.
Watson, we must go to the address that appears in this message. I would suggest you take your weapon.
It hasn't left my side since the beginning of this whole affair, Holmes.
I'll also be putting on my workman's disguise again. One never knows.
But what about me, Holmes?
Stay as you are, Watson. At worst, you can pass as my employer. Find Wharfdale Road on the map of London, Watson.
Understood, Holmes. Yes, I have, Holmes.
Here we are, Watson. 17 Wharfdale Road. Let's be careful.
You think so, Holmes? This house seems to be abandoned.
Given the layer of dust accumulated in the square, this door must rarely open. Closed. This lock is solid but very old. I should be able to force it. Numerous footsteps. Apparently this passage is used frequently. This door was recently reinforced. Impossible to open it. This lock is solid, but...
What shall we do, Holmes?
This trolley seems to be in good condition, apart from the broken wheel, of course. No, I can't do that. A tarred cover. No, I can't take it like that. There, this piece of tarpaulin is very thin, but solid enough for our purposes.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
This trolley seems to be in good condition, apart from the broken wheel, of course. This trolley seems to be in good condition, apart from the broken wheel, of course. This rope seems strong. This trolley seems to be in good condition, apart from the broken wheel, of course. This stone was blocking the wheel. No, I can't do that. There, by sliding this piece of tarred tarpaulin, I was able to quite simply force the lock. Let's go in.
Incredible!
Right.
These jars contain chemical products. I have no idea what they are for.
Very cold.
Some makeup applicators. These little metal instruments are rather curious. I'll take one. A trapdoor. This door was recently reinforced. Closed. We must find a way to get down through it, Watson.
Incredible!
Excellent. Now, on to the next step. I will go down alone, Watson. Try to cover for me if someone should happen along.
Understood, Holmes.
Closed. Pincers. A hammer. I'll take it. This old box must have held nails a long time ago. Nothing of interest. Rings, wedding rings, gold teeth. I daren't imagine where they came from. This may come in handy. This may come in handy. Here's an electrical mechanism. Turning the handle should supply it with energy. Ah, it would seem that there is a broken connection. A coffin, recently made and already broken. A pointed poker. This may come in handy. This may come in handy. Excellent. Now, on to the next step. This box is broken. The wires must be reconnected. Pray, think.
That don't work either. Crap. There you go. Work from the most awkward spot.
Elementary. I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something. This may come in handy. This may come in handy. Numerous footsteps. Apparently this passage is used frequently. Clothing that appears to be destined to be incinerated. It is a stretcher that can be dismantled into 2 pieces. I have to find a way to take it upstairs, I think. I'll be needing it.
That's good, Holmes. I don't know why you brought this thing back up, but I can take it.
Perfect, Watson. The fuse box is burned. The lift is blocked. I'll have to find another way out. This bent key just needs a little repair job to make it use. This may come in handy. This may come in handy. Rings, wedding rings, This old box must have held. The fuse box is burned. The fuse box is burned. This may come in handy. This may come in handy. Closed. 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 This may come in handy. This may come in handy.
Come on. There has to be something obvious I'm missing.
Closed. Clothing that appears to be destined to be incinerated.
Knew it had something to do with that vice.
This may come in handy. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Let's hope that it really is the key to this door.
And so, Holmes? Let's hurry, Holmes. This neighborhood makes me ill at ease.
Closed. Look, if we lift a board from this window, we should be able to pass through. But first we have to get ourselves up there.
You are joking, Holmes?
Look, if we lift a board...
You are joking, Holmes?
Look,
You are joking, Holmes?
no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Nothing of interest here. A coffin, recently made and all... This little instrument will serve perfectly as a pin punch.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
Elementary.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
No, I can't do that. This stone was blocking the wheel. Excellent. Now, on to the next step. Look, if we lift a board from this window, we should be able to pass through. But first, we have to get ourselves up there.
You are joking, Holmes?
I hope this ladder will support my weight. Let's go.
My God, Holmes, where are we?
For us to find out, my friend. This woman is dead, Watson.
Yes, several days ago, Holmes, but the body is perfectly preserved. No odour, no visible decomposition. Look, Holmes, a label from the London hospital. It must be a corpse stolen from the London hospital.
Strange smell. What do you think, Watson?
A zinc chloride solution without a doubt. A product generally injected into cadavers to help preserve them.
Some makeup applicators. Someone made up this corpse. The lips have been coloured and the rings around the eyes carefully camouflaged. Yes, somebody wanted to give the impression of life.
To what end?
This may come in handy. These clothes are new, just like the deceased's dress. I imagine her clothes were changed. Look at this photo. It is inscribed Ethel Broomstreet, 1851 to 1878. This young woman who died 10 years ago looks like the one stretched out on this table. Watson, this corpse was embalmed and made up and dressed to look like a woman who had died 10 years earlier. This old photo shows a young man dressed after the fashion of an employee in front of a shop. It's a puzzle box. Let's see if I can open it.
So I'm trying to understand the rules of this puzzle box.
There we are. Magnificent. This square object is very unusual.
Here in the information that the boss was able to find about the client, Ethel loved pink and spoke in a composed, soft voice. At the end, she couldn't do more than a whisper, but she was able to sing some of the shortest tunes that she loved and would undoubtedly have been a virtuoso on the violin if her husband hadn't impeded her. Instructions: pink robe, assorted jewelry, seance planned for 1 week hence, but the body will have to be taken today or tomorrow by the 2 chaps that the boss recruited. There are signs of recognition. Will be a triangle and a square attached to the red ribbon. There's no worries that they seem professionals won't be a problem. Important: mind the quality of your lime for fixing false eyes during the seance. 4. The boss has asked me to close the eyelids of the ghost so that the clients don't notice anything. Because an eye started to fall out. He was furious and wasn't able to proceed with this to the symbiotic accumulation or culmination, which alone permits us to get the client's full cooperation and make off with the maximum. Transfiguration is the key, as he always says. The boss asked me to make known that if the future of such negligence was repeated, some of us may as well be playing the part of the next spectacle in the starring role. I hope that message is understood.
This letter speaks of a sign of recognition. Interesting. Glass eyes in all shapes and all colors. This cheap jewel must be an accessory of some sort. Some makeup applicators. Someone made up this corpse.
To what end?
After becoming a celebrity of the court of Khazar, all Russian invoked the greatest figure of past such as Napoleon, Ivan the Terrible, Alexander the Great, and Robin Hood. Prince Alexander Ravaskin, or Raskaladkov, or... screw him. Sorry if I offend anybody who speaks Russian. Ivan the Terrible is now in the service of the humble departed to make them come back to the life under your very eyes. They will speak to you, and it will appear at the window, in the window of time created by the vital energy of your seventh.
Amusing. The man in the photo taken in 1883 and the one on Prince Raskolnikov's leaflet are one and the same, and no more a prince or a Russian than you or I, Watson. All is clear, Watson. A charlatan passing himself as a prince, making the dead come back by using corpses as puppets.
Which explains the disappearance of corpses at the London hospital. It was to fuel this sordid entertainment.
Someone made up this corpse.
To what end?
Look at this photo. It is inscribed. This door was recently reinforced. Impossible to open it.
Holmes, I hear a cab stopping in the courtyard. Someone's coming.
It is probably the dealers, Watson, but instead of running, what if we were to meet them, if we managed to win their trust?
You are joking, Holmes? Oi, what you doing there, you? It's private in here.
Calm down. We aren't here as tourists. We have come to collect our packet.
Oh, well then, you just had to say. I was told that you weren't no tramps, but I weren't expecting that you was... Given your get-up, I guess your boss.
Yes.
Well, the subject ain't ready yet. I ain't done with it yet. You'll have to come back.
Well, that's, a real problem.
Say, we have a personal order too for some organs. You wouldn't know where we can find them.
What type then?
Kidney, uterus.
Oi, I don't hack up my dollies. That's the work of an artist.
But you wouldn't happen to have a colleague who might furnish this type of item?
No, you can't make a copper doing that nowadays. Since the bigwigs made it easy to get stiffs, the medical schools are bursting with bodies to carve up. Docs and students have got all they need. Business is dead. For a few coppers, hospital bloke might help you out, but I don't know for sure. They'd be right in for it if they got caught. It probably just ain't worth it.
I understand. And what do you do with the corpses once you're finished with them?
I don't bother myself with that. For one thing's for sure, after the séance they're good for nothing but chucking out. I ain't Napoleon's embalmer.
Well, if you'll excuse...
You've got a funny way of talking, you.
Oi, it's normal. He's a brain, you see. A thinker at that. Seize you round, old man.
So, Holmes, the corpses that have disappeared from the London hospital are used during séances. Nothing to do with organ trafficking.
Yes, it all suggests nothing of the kind is underway in London. In the medical world, all dealings would be visible, not to mention unnecessary. The crook we met confirmed this viewpoint. It's hard to imagine, therefore, that our Whitechapel killer perpetrated these massacres with the goal of selling the organs.
What lead should we follow now, Holmes?
Try to learn more about Tumblety. This squibby should give us some information, but first I must stop the journalist Tom Bulling from harming him. I hope my secret police will soon have some information on him. While we wait, Watson, I would ask you to inform your colleagues of your recent discoveries. It would be good if these morbid, ghostly spectacles stopped, and this will need to be done at the London hospital.
You are right, Holmes. Another false lead followed by the police, Holmes? Yesterday's Times says that a John Fitzgerald, who had claimed responsibility for the murder of Annie Chapman, has finally been released. He was, it says, lying.
That's of little importance, Watson.
It's incredible. It's been more than 3 weeks since the murderer struck, and the tension is as strong as ever. The press won't stop talking about him, and people are still full of fear. Perhaps the killer got what he wanted, people talking about him, and has chosen to stop committing crimes. What do you think, Holmes?
I doubt it, Watson. Everything leads me to believe that he is in hiding and waiting for the right moment. The area is packed with police, and that would obviously hamper his work.
You think he will start again, Holmes?
I have every reason to believe nothing will stop him short of his arrest or his death. Sadly, our investigation has reached a dead end, and I fear that we'll need another victim to get back on track.
Yes, how awful. And what of the case of the burnt mat? Have you resolved that?
Oh, that's a matter of little interest, and resolving will be of no benefit, above all to Miss Fleming. Ha! I hear the footsteps of my faithful Wiggins on the stairs. The game is afoot again, Watson.
Mr. Holmes, the scribbler resurfaced. At last word, Pounce saw him racing to Central News Agency where he works.
Excellent, Wiggins. And still nothing on the doctor?
Sorry, Mr. Holmes. He's one sleek yank, but we'll find him.
Good work. Here's something for you. I must leave you, Watson. If I can get my hands on this Bulling, I will have much more interesting news on the bothersome Tumblety. I have only to change. If you can, Watson, I entreat you to stay here and await my word. We may not be more than two when the time to act comes.
You can count on me, Holmes.
I have no reason to... I must go to the Central News Agency. I am at the press agency where Bulling works.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop. I have no reason to go that. I have no reason to... I have no... A mirror. A mirror. I would imagine these are
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop. I need more information. I have no reason to go that way.
What do you want?
It would be very informative.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop.
There's something I'm missing?
A mirror. A mirror. The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot. Good evening. I'm looking for Tom Bulling, the journalist.
He isn't here. He must be sleeping off somewhere. He gave me a tip. He wanted to save a scoop for me. He always gets a good dirt, and yet when he comes in here, it's just to warm his behind. Look, he pulled his desk over the stove.
Listen, Scoop, I'm bringing it over. Only if Bulling isn't here, I'm leaving.
Wait, what's this scoop?
Bulling promised me a reward for info. There's a charlatan who does spiritualist seances that are a little bit special. He steals corpses from the morgue, puts makeup on them, dresses them up, and then uses them as puppets.
I'll give you your dues. We'll pay you if this info is true.
I'll write down the address of the hideout on the crook's leaflet, but the police will be in on this one, so you better get there in time.
Understood. I'll go alone. Too bad for Bulling.
Hey, you wouldn't have a little something in advance?
Look on Bulling's desk. I know that he always leaves a few coins around for his snitches. Cheers.
Watson won't be pleased that I'm divulging the case, but I don't see any other way. This is Bulling's desk. Some coins. I will take them. That will avoid suspicion if the journalist returns. This may come in handy. A charred match. These are Bulling's notes. They are of little interest at the moment, but one never knows. The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot. Bulling recently used the stove. Even handwriting, yet fairly recognizable. I need more information. I would imagine these are compartments to organize. Walesby 1875, an ingenious way to save his contact. Central, Walesby 1875, if you will. Thank you, I will wait.
Walesby, I am listening.
Hello, my dear man. I'm calling on behalf of Tom Bulling.
Bulling? So you know where this hypocrite, this liar, this...
Not at all. He is currently unobtainable. In the meantime, he has left me with a note asking me to pursue his work, and he told me that you were aware...
That's just great. I dropped everything off at his agency, but he didn't even bother to do the same for me. Tell me he at least gave you the information that I was asking in return.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the commercial street market?
What? What? I'm sorry, what the fuck? Some sort of weird ass coded message. It's some sort of code in language I don't get. I didn't pick up on any codes. I have no idea. I don't understand. Like, I can deduce stuff, but I definitely did not see any notes that talked about some sort of weird fucking code. I don't know. I don't understand what the hell I'm doing. It's some sort of weird ass coded message, but I don't understand this code. I don't understand the slang and stuff.
I think, according to Bulling, that Inspector Lestrade's team is looking for a rabbit with a bad cough.
Ah, damned Bulling. One day he'll be in some serious trouble for mocking the police. And now, can you tell me, with regards to the parliamentary scandal, what did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories who were treating him as a great incompetent?
According to Bulling, the head of the Whigs said, "Vote for me, I will be your best representative."
Good. That'll make for a good paper. There is one last question. According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why?
I believe I can confirm that it is because civil servants aren't tired and have already read the paper when they come home from work.
Very true. Good. It seems like Bulling has finally done his work.
As everything is all in order, can you now tell me where the information is that you sent to the agency?
Yes. There is a large brown envelope near the dispatch cabinet. It's in there that we exchange our tips with Bulling.
1,000 thanks. Goodbye, sir.
My salutations to Bulling.
I do not understand any of that weird-ass slang.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches. There are several documents in this file. Let's see.
Spring Hill Jack, the Terror of London. Fantastical character. First appearance, 1837. Associated with several suspicious muggings and robberies taking place in London and other parts of England. Description and diabolical appearances: bat wings, horns, blue flames coming from the mouth or the eyes. Identifying marks: all the eyewitnesses speak of his capacity to make leaps of superhuman distances, where his nickname. Conclusion: having become the very example of urban legend of our century, this character fascinates as much as by his demonic and fantastical aura as by the fact that he has never been caught by the police. Important. At the time, the attacks against the young woman, Lucy Scales and Jane Ossola, the papers covering the events have record sales for weeks. That's why Spring Hill Jack is a recurring hero of a cheap fantasy publication and theater piece. Popular and financial success guaranteed.
I wonder why Bulling is studying this tale about Spring Hill Jack so meticulously.
The Terror of London, Spring Hill Jack, the Phantom Killer, a Butcher of Blades. The Whitechapel Butcher, the Dr. Death, the London Ripper. The Bleeds, the Bloody Reapers. The Bloody Ripper? Jack the Ripper.
What does that mean?
Mr. Chapelmore, I thank you for this testimony of the Whitechapel Killer that you have followed. Not easy authentication. Do not hand over to the press without my invitation. Thank you for your collaboration and forget your discretion. We won't forget this, Inspector out.
Well, a piece of information about the murders transmitted exclusively to the police without informing the press. That has piqued my curiosity. Perhaps I should go to the police station to get more information.
Letter to Tom Bowling. About the letter, giving thanks to Inspector Abeline, I think that they took the bait. Even if they were defending themselves, think of the second, we must be ready if he kills again. either way, we must keep up the correspondence. Be responsive. This idea will save us. We will get the information. Firsthand, we will make history, but stay quiet and keep a low profile. I am not really in the know, and you will be the first one who gets it if there's trouble.
What does that mean? I've inspected everything, but there's no sign of bullying. He must have dashed off to his HQ, the Wasp's Nest. However, before I go to see him, I should find out about this mysterious information. It could help me get something out of the journalist. To the police station, then. Let's go to the police station.
Come, back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you. Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jewels for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper. Until it's over, I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
Chen Petra, and I keep hearing the policemen have caught me, yet they won't fix me just yet. I've laughed when they took so clever and talked about being on the the right track. That joke about the leather apron gave me a real litz. I'm down on I'm down on and that quite ripping them to tell them to get a chuckle. Grand work was. I gave them a lady, no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work, and I want to start again. You'll hear of me my funny gay little games. I've saved some of the proper and nettle stuff, or red stuff, in a ginger scene bottle over the last job to write with it. And it would stick like that son of a bitch! His ears off and send them to the police officers. Good luck, yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade names. P.S. Was good enough to loot to... I can't read it. This... Hard enough for me to read cursive. It's hard, really even harder when it's on a freaking diagonal.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Aberline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Aberline gave me, and above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel Killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squibby. I must find him at once. My best bet would be to try my luck at the pub.
Ah, Holmes, I got your message, and here I am. What are we doing, Holmes?
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Bluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call a constable on his rounds. Good evening, Mr. Bulling.
We know each other?
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pint for you if what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who is inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility and the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will dole out sparingly to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes the chief orchestrator of the rumour. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers. Like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
You've been threatening a certain Squibby to distribute a telegram naming him as a possible suspect in these murders in revenge for an old feud. I would suggest you don't write this note and that you leave Squibby alone.
I'd forgotten about the existence of that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. You should have seen his face.
You must also stop sending these letters that waste the authorities' precious time.
Right, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance. I have nothing further to...
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety. Squibby! So that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Shh. Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Bluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Bluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that it's the lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckymins. I call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me. I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again, just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to.
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Bloto, and I'm heading for the country.
Lipski!
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
I thought that you wouldn't bring me back your keys. It's you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Indeed, it is I again. One of your tenants left without returning his keys?
Yes, it's Dr. Tumblety whom we spoke about. Shortly after your last visit here, some constables came and asked me a few questions regarding him. Barely had they left than the doctor came barreling around a street corner and rushed up into his room upstairs. A little while afterwards, while I was tidying, I heard a thud in his room and a rush down the stairs. He left with most of his bags, but without returning his keys. You can go up and see if you wish. The door is still open.
Careful, Watson. Do not walk around here until I've inspected these marks.
I know, Holmes, I know. I understand your methods. Ah, you have your rule and magnifying glass. I thought that you had forgotten them, Holmes.
I never forget the essentials, my dear Watson. Size 13. Size 13. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odor, I'd say we're dealing with formalin. These are the footprints of a tall man who had recently stepped in formalin and who left this room in a hurry.
Well, can I walk on it and enter the room now, Holmes?
In situation, your passionate discussions legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one. I still remember when you imitated him during that meeting. You struck that very characteristic pose and you exclaimed, Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until that key is in our pocket. We all applauded. I'm sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded. During the dark hours, it was rare to have an occasion to laugh, with so many deaths ending with so much with our much loved president killed by this coward who left to join the victory of Gettysburg, who courageously fell so that the next day the key would be in our pocket.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting.
Sir Francis, is it impossible for us to meet again? I'm feeling terrible. I'm pursuing my own relations further and further, wouldn't put both my marriage and my reputation in danger, but I must return that tile of love, fleeting and physical, and a few coins to the young man accursed. I have struggle reading cursive. Peace and anonymity. These growing feelings that I have for you make me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the for the yearn that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day, in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. I know that you frequent them regularly. You never hide yourself. For my part, I will can't read that part. More time with my will and girls in order to find the sincerity of, and I hope to throw the veil of oblivion as we are passionate embrace to all the best.
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women, that much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps.
My dear Francis, I put this aside and come and pass. Thus, as a friend, I am sending you these words. I have learned from mutual friends you have recent troubles with the law. You will be more careful. England has nothing in common with the Wild West, but her seedy areas can be just as dangerous. Your attraction to young rogues will cost you dearly one of these days, whether it be at the end of the alley or at benches of a jury. A man with your quality and fortune does not have to frequent the hovels and bring his pistol with him everywhere. It's not necessary to use violence to find partners unless this violence pleases you. Certain circles that we used to frequent are still open to you. Take advantage of this healthy, respectable company rather than demeaning yourself with destitute lads. And pray get rid of that god-awful chest. Who knows what the people who abuse show while bragging must think and speak. The man you loved, Henry.
There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing. Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe. These brackets are rather unusual. What do you think, Watson?
Let's see, Holmes. These are the names of the battles from the American Civil War.
Let's see. 5 latches, each fitted with a 6-number combination system.
Huh. These are dates.
I am under the impression that the dates written correspond to the battles, Holmes, but one is missing.
Yeah. I'll figure this out next time. Thanks for coming out, everybody.